Okay, so I found this to be one of the most incredible discoveries, and it was made by Mud Fossils University. I want to give all credit to Mud Fossils, but I wanted to cover this just to kind of bring it to the attention of people in a little more detail, because it's so astounding. Because he covers so much. The whole concept is just to him, it's it's the way things are. So he kind of is covering so much, but he keeps coming back to this leviathan, which I think is just astounding. It really, truly is. You see what I mean? Let's see. You see this fish here? And you see this darkened area? All the tail all the way back here? That's a leviathan. Now, apparently this was underwater in the ocean at the time, and this fish is just enormous. I don't know, it looks like some kind of squid or something, who knows. But according to Mud Fossils, this is a dragon or a leviathan, just basically decomposing in the desert. And you'll see what I mean. You could see the nervous system. You could see it's a biological. You could see it. We'll just zoom in here a little closer. So it's a dragon or leviathan spitting out this fire, poison on this fish. Okay, and that's the tail of the fish. And this is the top of the fish. So let's zoom in on some of this here. So this would be the area that is on top of the fish, going in layers. See how it's breaking the layers of skin on the fish? And it's like a rotten poison. Let's see. So this would be the tearing of the fish right here. And you could see the cells and the nervous system and what all else. I mean, this is biological patterns. So we're zooming in here to the poison, or where the fish is getting tore open by this. And this is the earth. This is amazing. So this is decomposing out in the desert here. So let's look at this up close. Imagine what it looks like in person, So you can see this is definitely not your typical erosion patterns. This is just incredible. So incredible. So this is the area where the poison is, the fire or whatever. nasty stuff. And I guess these are roads here going through this area. Let's see if we can zoom in. Looks like a road almost. But probably not. Maybe. It's just bizarre, you know? Very biological. Now we zoom out. See what that looks like. See, when you get up close, it really... It's different organisms and whatnot. If you look closely. So this animal, this creature, is over 2,000 miles long. And this is what it's spitting out as it's attacking the fish. It's hard to comprehend, it really is. So let's go back, let's pull back out here. Let's see what we're looking at here. That's where the fish is getting cut into, tore into by that chemicals or whatever. This would be the head of the dragon. And then the dragon finds its way all the way back. And you could see that's the tail all the way over here. Okay, so I'm going to zoom in on some more of this so you can get an idea of the scales. You could see the throat of it, and the you can even see it's an actual decomposing body in the desert. You see trace metals running off of it. It says it's actually in pretty good condition, considering. You see this fluty stuff, he calls it fluty stuff, running along its neck, its back. And something happened in this chaotic moment, and it was struck by a mighty sword. It's written, and you could see where it is cut in the tail. Tail goes all the way back. So he could see the digestive system. He says it's like a bird. But I wanted you to see that you could see the biological patterns as we get close. I'm going to get closer in. This is the neck of it. I hope my computer holds up as I'm recording this. It would be interesting to take a field trip there for sure and see this firsthand. Now that you know what it is. And I'm sure it might be difficult to convince people of this, but I don't see why. There's no other explanation really. It's fantastic though. Let's see, we'll zoom in here. And you could see the nervous system, you could see the nerves. You could see the injectors and whatnot. You know, this is a giant corpse, you know, just sitting there. See that? Splattered on the, running off, decomposing on the desert. Okay, now look at these scales here. And this is described in the Bible of the leviathon as having scales that are so close together, air couldn't get past through them. And you could see the patterns here. I mean, there's nothing. This isn't your normal erosion, like I said. You can't You can't make that claim. You know, otherwise you'd see these eroding patterns everywhere. You know, and you don't. I mean, it's dragon scales is what it is. It's just fascinating. And you know, there it is. This has got to be one of the most amazing discoveries ever made, to be honest. There it is, as plain as day, you know. And if you don't see it yet, you will over time if you just keep looking. I mean, I'm zoomed in real tight here. It's just bizarre looking. I'm gonna zoom out a little bit, see what we got. So this is the neck of the thing, I guess. I wanted to show you. You can see the scales. See how the scales run. And that's where it's cut right there. See that? It was cut by a mighty sword. That was God, probably. Cut it. Boom, right there. How else do you explain that? Incredible. So you could test those rocks and find dragon DNA or leviathan DNA. So to get an idea of what scale we're looking at, there's a shadow of a cloud right there. Amazing. This is just a bizarre. I mean, I'm probably not getting the best quality picture on this, but it's just bizarre, isn't it? It's like, you know, in person, it must look crazy. You know, you see all these dragon scales. You know, and everybody's looking at it going, oh, those are nice mountains. Yeah, that's, you know, incredible how the ocean will just form like that, you know. Or like, look at this is biological. Look at all these injectors. This is what's creating all that fire coming out of its throat. So there's its throat. You got injectors coming, mixing chemicals from two different directions. See that? You know, again, I want to give credit to mud fossils for this discovery. Yeah, he actually has DNA testing on a lot of these things too. A lot of his claims, they're all backed up. But see, look at this. This is biological. You know, this is like nerves and injectors, and I mean, that's not erosion. Oh yeah, that's just erosion. Yeah, sure. Now they're what they're called trace metals. It's just sitting there in the desert. I guess it was at one time it was underwater, and this might have shifted everything off. I mean, something's right there. You know, it's the more I look at this, the more incredible it is. You know, something there. That's like its stomach or something. This is intestine or something. You know. See these dragon scales? I mean, how else do you explain that? You know, it's impossible. incredible. See that? And the way it's kind of running and like spilling, you know what I mean? It's just like just decaying body sitting there in the desert. There it is. Amazing. I hope you enjoy that. I hope you're amazed by that. You know, there's something right there. And it's just amazing. The scales. I mean, this is a big creature. I mean, look at this. This is all you can see the nerves. You know, it's biological for sure. I mean, look at that scales. It's even you can even see the green in the red. I mean, it's just amazing what we're looking at here. I'm gonna zoom in. I mean, you think you're looking at Mars or something, you know? I bet it looks like Mars in person. I mean, look at this. I mean, that's totally just, it's a dead body of a huge creature. It's not, it hasn't been there that long. Look, it's still green. Look at that. It's not grass, I don't believe. I don't know, maybe it is. But it's just, how do you explain that? So, I mean, you know, it might not seem like that impressive to you, I guess, but once you know, if you really think about what this is, you know, I'm sure that you could figure out where the gold is on this creature too. I bet find gold there too. I mean, this creature must have had a lot of gold in its blood, you know. That's something to consider too. But look at this. That's biological right there. See how it's flowing? It's like nerves. It's like tissue. It's so strange looking. You know, most people would never believe it though, you know. You think you're reading too much into it. Yeah, that's just natural erosion. Yeah. With, you know, there's just some strange winds over in that area, I guess. Strange winds in water and rain and billions of years, right? It's incredible just to look at it. I mean, it's just barren wasteland too, you know. I mean, I'm really zoomed in. This thing's huge. I'm gonna zoom out now. See, look at that. You can see organs. Some kind of organ right here. Like the brain or the heart or something. See that? It's definitely some kind of organ. Something. Amazing. There's a Google watermark that's kind of screwing it up too. It looks like a heart or something. Looks like an organ, internal organ. This giant serpent. You know, and this is like this beast, you know, was like, had no predators. Nobody could do any, nobody could tame this thing except, or catch this thing except for God, you know. He talks about it in Job and a couple other places. And I believe it to be the Leviathan as well. It almost looks like that's the hand or something. It's something. See, let's zoom out and see where we're at. I mean, this thing's just massive. It's all the way up here. That's the fluty stuff. So this would be like a bright red or something extravagant like that you see in the parade, you know. See that? That's like the skin of it. See that? That's the skin. That's underneath the skin. That's the scales. Dragon scales. These points. Amazing. So I'm going to zoom out a little bit. See that? See how it's kind of like that would be along the top of its neck, that fluty stuff. Amazing. See the scales. We're talking 2,000 miles this thing is. And it's attacking this fish. See, like this, it's definitely an organism. So that would be in the middle of its back. So this thing's spread out, it's dead, you know, in the desert, decaying. And all these are trace metals running off of it. But you could see the biological fingerprint or whatever. You could see that. It was definitely biological. I mean, it's incredible. It truly is. Again, give credit to Mud Fossil University. He's the one who made this discovery. And it is fascinating. So you could see this is where something crossed over the, maybe that was the head. So, you know, it should be actually studied, you know. It shouldn't be ignored, really. It's pretty incredible. So you see the red and the green? This is, let's see where the fish is. I mean, just look at this. This is just amazing. The detail. As I zoom out. Okay, so where's the fish at? So I guess he was attacking the fish, and God cut him with the sword. So there's a fish right there at the bottom. Giant fish. And that fish is massive. And there's a little spot on this fish. It's like a black pond. And it almost looks like there's creatures in it or something. The Sahara. Crazy. So let's zoom in on that real quick. Let's see what that is. See, something came across the top of it right there. See that? So this would be the poison running down inside of it. Whatever's spraying on it. Right there. There's this little spot. Let's take a look at that. This little pond. This is crazy. I mean, what would this look like in person? I mean, that don't look like healthy water to me, man. No way. Yeah. So you'd be in the desert, and you'd actually be like, where the fuck did that come from? You know? How the fuck does a little patch of water get right there, a little spot? Crazy. So maybe that was the eyeball or something. Who knows? Something's going on there. Now, what's inside this? What's really crazy? Like, is there creatures inside this water? Looks like it. You know what I mean? Like these things right here. This is strange. Are these creatures? They look like it, don't they? Don't look like rocks. It does look like creatures. See that? Who knows? Very strange. Crazy. I mean, this is a strange little lake, ain't it? It's like, what what's going on over here? Like, what does that look like in person? It just looks bizarre as hell. I mean, is that even water? Is that just black sand? What is that? Is it the wound? Look at this. It's like red. Isn't that weird? Red lobster. What are we looking at here? That looks like it. Yeah, I don't know. So I'll zoom out and just get an idea how tiny this little spot is. It's on the fish. See, look right next to it. There's a little patch of mountain rocks. Is that not the most incredible? Like, what is that? I guess it's safe to say that's not normal by any means. Amazing. So we can zoom out and get an idea of what we're looking at here. Just a little speck in the desert on that fish. Look at that. You can hardly see it from this giant fish. So it comes all the way down here. Let's see what's down here. I mean, this must be other creatures down here the way it looks. You know, all this was an ocean at some point. You know, maybe these were other creatures too. Let's take a look. So we'll take a look at this one. This one looks pretty interesting. I mean, huge. If we see biological nerves and stuff, then we know it is. That's how we know. And sure enough, yep, that's biological too. So what is that? That's another creature. So it's a strange world. Yeah, you can see the nerves, the veins, whatever. It's another creature right there, decaying in the desert. Amazing. You know, looks like the veins in your hand. You know? I mean, what is that? It's like a volcano. So let's go in real tight and see what it looks like. I mean, that's some strange erosion, you know what I mean? You know, a lot of times you just take it for granted that it's nothing like that, but it is like that. You know, that's biological right there. You know, look at that. That's not your normal erosion. It's gotta be a Mandela effect. You know, I don't remember anything like this before. This is like part of the new world. It's a whole new world. It like the world when you were born into. It's a different world. See, we got scales here. I mean, what are we looking at here? I don't think we're going to get much more clarity. So those are national park in Africa, like Nigeria, I guess. See, I recall this all being real jungle. Jungle is not so much desert, you know. I don't remember the Sahara being this. What is this right here? Yeah, there's a something strange. Whatever it is. Looks alien. Look at that. I mean, I'm just speculating, but I have no idea. No idea. No idea. It looks amazing in person. I wonder if they have photos here of these places. They must. Amazing. Now I gotta take care of some stuff today. I gotta go pay rent. Figure out how I'm gonna do that. But this is amazing. Let's zoom in here. So you can see the colors are the metals in the blood running off, and that's what it looks like. Different colors from different, body fluids and whatnot. So we definitely have an edge here or something. That's it. Some kind of creature. Huge creature. Amazing. There we go, even more clarity. Almost looks like a tree. You know? Weird. Maybe it was a tree. Looks like one. Giant tree. Oh, it's another serpent. It's on speculation. It looks like scales right there. Maybe the leviathan is just a name for a particular one of the leviathans. Maybe there's a bunch of different kinds. Let's look at this close up. Those look like trees down there. It almost looks like foreign. It looks like alien, doesn't it? You see a shadow. It's a high ridge right there. That's either a shadow or a lake. It's hard to tell. Looks like it's shadows. Yeah. So that would be the high point, whatever it is. It's the head of it. It's a giant shark or something. Something. I have to look at this more closely. But you can tell it's biological, whatever it is. All this is so strange. Alright, well, till next time. Hope you enjoyed the program here. So yeah, if that's a dragon, which it is, and that is too. See this way. See, I don't remember Libya looking like that. No way. This is a Mandela effect. There's never this desert. There's never this desert. It was green. Well, it's biological. Huh. My computer's real slow. So it's a volcano, they say. Oh, whatever. Till next time.